fundamentalists that are praising the Taliban today adopt very similar lines, and they come from that school of thought where they're completely Abrahamized. Because when you look at what has happened to Sikhs and Hindus in Afghanistan, I think every kid who has read history books in the last 10, 20 years knows that they have been brutally persecuted, to an extent where there are only a few left, if there are a few left after the takeover of, the Taliban in Kabul. So where is this coming from? I want to ask you, since you observe these groups very closely and you study them, why does any group, even though they're Khalistanis, have to praise somebody like the Taliban?
So, this can be answered on many things. So, for example, like people work in their self-interest, right? And they are rational, they can be perverse. So to give you an example, for example, you have the Pakistan army. So it will be in the benefit of Pakistani citizens that they basically normalize relationship with India and stop this hatred of Hindus and, of Indians in their schools, right? But if they do it, their entire foundation will fall down. They're like, why did we get so many million people slaughtered? If we can live in peace, and this is what is in benefit of us, why did it? So it is in the rational, it is perverse, but it is in the rational interest of the Pakistani army to, fan hatred, to create this feeling of insecurity. In the exact same manner, we have institutions like the SGPC. Now, SGPC has been created, it's actually fascinating. I'll recommend another book to you. It's called Sikh Separatism by Rajiv Kapoor, which goes into the history of SGPC and something like that. It's an excellent book. It's one of the criminal oversights of our history.
Right.
He basically, he doesn't say it, but what I analyze it, when this Muslim League, and you put the Akali Dal, you put word to word what they are saying, you just replace Sikh from Muslim, you replace Muslim League from Akali Dal, and they had the exact same slogans. They had the exact same strategies. They were interacting with Gandhiji in the exact same manner. There is absolutely no difference. So, for example, to give you an idea, like if you go to any Gurdwara, they use the word Qom, Sikh, Qom. Now, Qom is a Perso-Arabic word. It means a nation. You see, the gurus, especially Guru Gobind Singh, he was a master of Persian. He has never once used the word Qom. He has always, and he has spoken about it at length and created different, works. He always uses the word Panth. Now, Panth is an Indic concept. You understand what it is. Same with Maharaja Ranjit Singh. You see all the works written in that point, they mention the word Panth. The first kind of history of, between the Gurus and Maharaja Ranjit Singh, there is a book written by Ratan Singh Bhangu. It's called Prachin Panth Prakash. He could have written Prachin Qom Prakash. Why is he writing Panth Prakash? So they always say Panth, but Muslim League was what? We Juda Gana Qomiyat. So we are a separate nation. Then they say we are not separate nation, but we are an equal nation. What does that mean? That we are 25%, but we claim 50% of the resources. The same was Akali Dal. Akali Dal said nation, which has never been used by the Gurus. And their demand was like, Sikhs are 15%, give us 30% quota. So Muslims were asking double the quota. Sikhs were asking the same thing. Muslim League demand was, we are the only sole representatives of the Muslim. Akali Dal, same. Actually, they did this in 1980s. They said, we are the sole representatives of the Sikhs, which is utter nonsense. If you look at the elections in Punjab, Congress used to have more Sikh MLAs than Akali MLAs. Actually, this was actually the whole problem. So we don't vote as a tribe. And this is what they want to create. So these people who are supporting Taliban, they just want to create this feeling of insecurity. So Pakistan has no ethics and morals. It will support China, which is doing a genocide of Uyghurs, because what it is, hatred is focused on India. That's where they have to create the insecurity. Same with this Akali Dal, this Khalistanis, this Taksalis, all these people. They don't feel any shame in supporting the Taliban, because their only enemy is India and the Sanatan culture and howsoever they may attack it.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. धन्यवाद. Namaskar.